What if I told you that just by changing up a few fashion factors in your dressing, you can go from looking average to looking absolutely sexy? Today's video is my top 9 tricks and hacks when it comes to wearing t-shirts, your ultimate t-shirt fashion guide for men. This is the T-Shirts 101 video. Tip number 1, you've got to understand the t-shirt maturity scale. On this scale, we've got young on one side and mature on the other side. Ideally, you gotta dress according to your age. So if you're still in college, you can afford to dress a little bit more on the young side. But if you're above the age of 22, you wanna dress slightly higher up on the scale. You wanna look slightly older. Now, what makes you look younger or older in t-shirts? It's two primary factors. Firstly, whether the t-shirt has got a pattern or whether it's plain. Or the other factor is whether the t-shirt is bright and colorful or it's dark or white in color. Dark or white makes you look older, bright and colorful with a lot of patterns makes you look younger. Now keep in mind there's two factors we're talking about. So if you combine these two factors, it leads to an average looking t-shirt. I mean that if you pair a dark t-shirt which has a pattern, it doesn't make you look old or young. And similarly, if you wear a plain t-shirt that's bright in color, once again, it doesn't really make you look old or young. But a bright color t-shirt that has a lot of patterns going on in it will make you look very young, and a dark plain t-shirt will make you look a lot more mature. So ground rule, if you're above the age of 22, it's alright to dress higher up on the scale, look a little bit older. But if you're still in college, you can afford to look a little bit younger, wear bright colors, wear a little more graphics, a little more patterns. Tip number 2, for all you brothers who like wearing graphics on their t-shirts, there's a few rules you need to follow. Rule of the book is that ideally you want to go for a 2-color maximum. One base color of your t-shirt and then one simple color on your graphic. As you can see in that case, black on red, blue on black, white on green. And if you want to wear a t-shirt that has a graphic that contains 2 colors, once again there's a way of doing that. Your third color should be minimal in that particular t-shirt. Like in this case, it's a white print on a black t-shirt and then that pop of red just brings out the overall pattern. The third color is always only meant to bring out the pattern as well as the natural base color of the t-shirt. And a huge mistake that a lot of Indian bros make with their t-shirts is that they choose patterns which have a dominating third color. Like in this case, it's a red t-shirt with a nice white pattern, and then this blue pattern absolutely messes it up because it's got a third color, and then these 2 colors on the pattern don't really work together. If you want to wear 3 colors, go minimalistic with the third color. Tip number 3, this t-shirt is absolutely beautiful, but one little feature just kind of takes it all away. I'm talking about this logo that automatically draws all your attention towards it because it creates a contrast in the viewer's eyes. Now, logo might not be the biggest deal for you, but it is a big deal for the kind of society we live in. A lot of people judge you based on the clothes you're wearing, and even worse, a lot of people judge you based on the brands that you're wearing. If you're wearing and flaunting a slightly budget-friendly brand, then people automatically think, "Arey wo dekh Bhikhari aaya." And on the other end, if you're wearing a slightly high-end brand and flaunting it, people think, "Arey what a show-off, bro." For this reason, avoid wearing t-shirts with logos on them, but also avoid logos primarily because t-shirts just look good without any logo, like in this case, because simplicity is beautiful. Tip number 4, we're talking about how to select the perfect fit. But before we get to the breakdown of selecting a perfect fit, the ground rule for looking great in a t-shirt is actually being fit. You don't need to be a bodybuilder, you don't need to be a gym addict, you've just got to have above average arms and an above average chest and back. So firstly, try focusing on building a good fit body. Maybe watch Beer Biceps fitness videos. But now let's talk about the ground rules when it comes to selecting the perfect fit. First rule, the t-shirt shouldn't be extra long. It shouldn't cover your entire crotch. Neither should it be too short. When you lift your arms up, your t-shirt shouldn't expose any skin inside it. Your t-shirt should be long enough to cover up all your skin. So the t-shirt you need to select is something that ends in the middle of your groin region. Next rule, we're talking about sleeve length. Ideally, go for short and tight sleeves. If you've got a slightly longer t-shirt, get it tailored to make your sleeves tighter and shorter. Also keep in mind, you don't want to go so short that it looks like you're desperate for attention. So the sleeve length that you want to follow is something that just covers your entire shoulder muscle. A lot of your tricep and your bicep should be exposed. Next rule when it comes to selecting the perfect t-shirt is that it needs to be tight in your upper torso region and loose in your mid torso. So everything below the line of your nipples needs to be slightly looser and everything above the line of your nipples needs to be slightly tighter. And also keep in mind, never wear t-shirts so tight that your nipples can be seen through the t-shirt. Point number 5, there's a big reason that this particular t-shirt is looking absolutely gorgeous. Come closer. Check out the neck ring, the soul of any t-shirt in my opinion. 2 golden rules. You gotta keep it tight, that's closer to the body of your neck, and also very importantly, you've gotta keep the neck ring thin. The thinner it is, the closer it is to your neck, the better it looks. A great example of a bad looking neck ring is this. Absolutely loose and absolutely shabby looking. Never ever go for a neck ring like this, and also try avoiding going for a neck ring like this. Super thick and super childish. Instead, always prefer an elegant, tight and thin neck ring that will make you look like a man. Point number 6, we're talking about money. When it comes to building the perfect wardrobe, it's not about spending a lot of money on it. It's about buying a few classic pieces. Starting with this black v-neck t-shirt, something that every guy needs to own because it's the most versatile piece of clothing in the world. You can even wear it to some formal events, you can pair it with jackets, or you can just wear it by itself with a pair of jeans. The second piece of clothing we're talking about is a white v-neck for the same reasons. The third piece of clothing that we're talking about is a white round neck t-shirt. Why? Because it's very different from a white v-neck. You can pair a white round neck with a lot of jackets, and once again, it's one of those classic pieces of dressing that you can wear by itself with a pair of jeans. Next, we're talking about the second layer of colors when it comes to budgeting with your wardrobe. We're talking navy blue, brown, olive green, and solid grey. Why these 4 colors? Because once again, they're the most versatile. You can pair them up with each other. If you want more information on that, make sure you check out the video we made on color matching. I'll link it down below. But next, we've also got to talk about the slightly brighter colors when it comes to buying t-shirts. The 2 bright-ish colors that you want to go for are maroon, very elegant, very classy, and deep blue. Once again, for the same reasons, very versatile, very stylish, and beyond this, it's up to you. Whether you want to buy slightly brighter t-shirts, whether you want to buy patterned t-shirts, that's completely up to your preferences. But the t-shirts I spoke about, those are your bare essentials. Point number 7, what kind of footwear do you select when it comes to your t-shirts? Rule number 1, absolutely no formal shoes. If you're wearing your t-shirts, you cannot pair it with formal shoes that you wear to your office. Your t-shirt is on one end of that spectrum. It's the most casual piece of dressing, and formal shoes are obviously the most formal piece of dressing. Second ground rule, no semi-formal shoes. We're talking boots and loafers. If you're wearing t-shirts, you want to avoid boots and loafers. The best kind of footwear to pair with your t-shirts are either sneakers or flip-flops. 2 casual pieces of footwear that go absolutely beautifully if you match the colors perfectly. Rule number 8, no metallic watches. These watches are meant for formal occasions, and to pull these off, you have to wear a shirt at least. Instead, you can go for leather strapped watches like this, kind of semi-formal, and obviously you've got to match the color of your watch to the color of your overall outfit. This kind of watch kind of elevates your t-shirt look. Remember the scale we spoke about, looking slightly older? These kind of elegant looking watches make your overall look a little bit more elegant. But the great thing about watches is that they can set a tone for the rest of your outfit. This watch is slightly semi-formal. If I were to replace this with a slightly more casual watch like this, it sets a more fun tone for the rest of the outfit. Tip number 9, you've got to know where to wear your t-shirts. Situational dressing when it comes to t-shirts. You can wear t-shirts for any kind of casual occasion. If you're just going out for a lunch date, or if you're going out to meet someone, if you're going for a jog, something like that in the outdoors. But any formal occasion, namely a date, your office or corporate environment, party where you still want to give out a slightly more workish vibe, in all those situations you have to go for a slightly more formal look. Think shirts and think polos. The only situation where a t-shirt can look slightly formal is if you pair a plain white or plain black t-shirt with a formal looking jacket. That counts as a formal outfit, and in no other situation should you be wearing t-shirts for formal occasions. T-shirts are the most casual piece of dressing in your wardrobe, and you've got to keep that in your mind at all times. Follow these 9 tricks I spoke about and you look absolutely stunning, sexy in a t-shirt. So until next time guys, remember, follow our handles, go follow our Facebook page. From Ranveer and the team, we'll see you later.